LMSUK here, we present Centre Stage here with Tom Adams. Tom, it's a pleasure seeing you perform live. Unbelievable show. I want to take you back to the very start. Who were the people on your posters at home, in your bedroom, that you looked up to?
Well, early days, it has to be, you know, the King, Elvis Presley.
Yeah,
it's got to be that.
I thought you might say that.
It's got to be Elvis. Like, to the way he performed, but not just with that. I mean, also with this, in terms of songwriting, actually, it's probably also it's a bit of a left field, but actually Noel Gallagher in Oasis. I took a lot of inspiration with the way that he did with musicality with his chords, with the 7 chords and the suspended chords that he used. So there was a lot of that. But I looked in loads of different places musically. So it wasn't just you know, Brit pop, because I drew a lot from that because I was born in that era. Yeah. So it was like in that noughties era as well. So James Blunt, James Morrison, all the Jameses as well. But so it was when I picked up a guitar, and I as soon as I could, I was just writing songs, and I was just drawing from those experiences and those listening musically to what I could really get.
The performances today have been absolutely incredible. Have you ever watched a music performance and really it's changed your perspective on music? You've gone, wow, that is incredible, that you've seen live?
Oh wow. One performance, I would say, when I've seen, because I mean, I've got to admit, I have seen the Gallaghers several times, and they are great. I mean, Liam's good. When I've actually seen Jessie J once. Yeah. And the way she performs is actually incredible. Like, her stage presence is just unbelievable. But not just that, her vocal range. Yeah. Like the way that she commands the command stage just with her vocal range is incredible.
I agree. I saw her at the White Festival, and she had the crowd in the palm of her hand. Yeah. And it wasn't something I was expecting. It was quite a wow. And like you said, when she walks on stage, she's going there with a purpose, and people buy into that.
It was commanding.
Yeah.
And when I saw it, I was just like, okay, these are the kind of people that you need to just be aiming for. And if you can aim for these kind of performers, you know, nothing's going to really stand you away. And you've got like artists like Bruno Mars, who are there with the piano, and they know exactly what they're aiming for as well. And these are the kind of artists that you strive to be, not necessarily like, because you want to be your own artist, but you want to get to that same goal.
Yeah, absolutely. On the way into Portsmouth today, it's a beautiful sunny day. I had your music blaring on repeat on the way in with a big smile on my face. What would be one thing that surprises me with the way you work? If you're going to write and produce a song, what would surprise me about the way you do that?
Okay, so when I always write, I mean, a lot of people I know in today's musical worlds are always just there with a computer and just at the producing decks all the time now, because that's just how it's gone. I mean, back in like the 80s or the 70s, everybody used to just be with the guitar, and that's, you know, how it was. They sit down with a piece of paper, and that's how they do it. I'm like that. I'm always with the pen and paper, with my guitar or by my piano, and writing. And I don't usually get that, you know, the wall of where it comes up, oh God, I've got songwriter's block. Because you could look round and find something, or go like, okay, picture this. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm looking maybe at a book, or what's inside a picture book, and then you're drawing on that. And then if it's just like a picture of a boat or something, and then you literally draw on that, okay, there's the sun in the background of there, there's the boat there, and you can literally just rhyme the things off that.
So it will flow.
Yeah, so you make a flow of that. So, and then if you can't get an idea of this, then you'd also do another idea, then you take a song that you find popular, and then you also kind of mimic that, but in your own experiences.
Style, in your own way, you put on that song.
Exactly. So I never get that wall that people get, but I always do it in my own style and my own tone, because you've got to have your own style, your own
Of course, do it in your own way.
Yeah.
Talk to me about some of the live performances, because it is a show from what I've seen today. What's been some of the best gigs and also some of the worst gigs? Have you ever had any nightmares where just everything's broken and gone wrong?
Yeah. Okay. So, one worst gig when the amp just completely cut out because I wasn't getting anything to be honest from. It wasn't coming from the amp at all.
Right.
So I think it was just either the lead wasn't working, nothing, and this was on the battery amp as well. So the batteries were completely gone. Luckily, because I got it's a very powerful speakers on my piano, I managed to just push through. But this was just on like one of these gigs that I could just go to a bar and everybody was drunk. So people don't really care as long as you just. You sing Sweet Caroline and then people are okay. So it's all right. But best gig is when you actually get a good reception for your original songs.
Absolutely.
And that is what happened actually at Glastonbury last year. And I was doing all my original stuff and people wanted more of the original stuff. And when people ask for more of the original stuff, that's so gratifying.
That must be some feeling. And so describe that feeling of being on stage and people wanting to hear more originals.
Exactly, because, well, I mean, it's usually you're just like, okay, do you want to hear a cover after you've done your set? And then when some audience member just shouts out, no, we want to hear more original stuff. But then you're like, hang on a minute, I haven't got any more original stuff. So you're thinking, okay, what do I do? I've got half a song that's finished, I can do that, and then somebody wants that. And then the feeling, it's just great. You do half of that song, but then you keep doing it because people want it. And it's great because, as we were talking earlier just before the interview, about how, at Glastonbury, everybody's sort of there for one experience, and that's the love of music.
Absolutely.
And they aren't horrible in any way. They just want to hear what you are and what you stand for your music.
Absolutely. And it seems like a real community spirit around that. I want to look to the future now. What's exciting coming up? Because I've definitely seen some exciting bits with the merch, with the website and stuff. What's for you coming up in the next 12 months?
Okay, so it's sort of like the immediate future is going to be the launch of the new website, which is all going to be like based around on Shopify, obviously because of like the new merchandise which is going to be on there.
And vinyl, which is my absolute favourite.
Vinyl, yeah, that's like the last little sort of chink in the chain, which is going to get on there. As soon as that's sorted out, then we're going to launch and put that baby up and hand that on. And then it's literally going to be content that's going to be everywhere on the socials. You'd also be able to sign up for Patreon. It'll be like a little sort of cameo links that will be on for people to be able to get little messages, personalised messages.
Amazing.
For people to have. And then more gigs will be coming up.
Amazing.
Towards the end of the year this will be, because throughout the summer it's all going to be getting those gigs in.
Go.
Yeah.
Really exciting, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people very excited for that, getting to the live shows and getting some hands on some merch. Tom, thank you so much for being with us here at LMSUK at Centre Stage.